Scaling your business is like unlocking a treasure chest. It requires the right key, knowledge, and strategy. It is never just about growth for growth's sake, but about achieving expansion that is sustainable, profitable, and meaningful. To succeed, you must understand that scaling is not a single step, but rather a series of deliberate choices, a journey where every decision builds upon the last. Each stage requires clarity, focus, and the courage to adapt because the marketplace is never static. Every change in customer demand, every technological shift, and every competitive move creates a new challenge, and the entrepreneurs who thrive are those who anticipate, respond, and evolve without losing sight of their core purpose. At the heart of scaling lies the business model itself. If your model is fragile, unclear, or reliant on temporary trends, expansion will only magnify its weaknesses. But if it is carefully crafted, tested, and adaptable, scaling becomes a natural progression rather than an impossible hurdle. Building this model requires asking hard questions. Who exactly are your customers? Why should they choose you over countless alternatives? What problem are you solving? And is that problem significant enough to drive consistent demand? These are not abstract questions. They are the blueprint of your future growth. Entrepreneurs who can answer them with precision build companies that last, because their value proposition is not shallow. It resonates at the deepest level with the people they serve. When your value proposition is powerful, it creates loyalty, and loyalty is the soil in which scaling takes root. Customers who feel understood and valued become ambassadors, spreading your message far beyond what marketing alone can achieve. This ripple effect is one of the hidden engines of growth. It is why some companies expand rapidly with minimal advertising, while others struggle despite massive campaigns. Real growth is built on authenticity and genuine connection. But in today's world, authenticity is not enough. Technology has become the multiplier of all things. Without it, you will be limited by human hours, manual processes, and outdated systems. With it, your possibilities expand exponentially. Think of technology not as a cost, but as a lever that, when applied correctly, allows you to lift more than you ever thought possible. Cloud-based platforms give you flexibility and resilience. Customer relationship management systems create order from chaos, ensuring that no interaction is lost, no opportunity overlooked. Data analytics provide insights that once required years of experience to recognize, showing you patterns in real time and guiding your next move with precision. Automation liberates you from repetitive, time-consuming tasks, allowing you and your team to devote energy where it truly matters: strategy, creativity, and customer engagement. The transformation that technology offers cannot be overstated. Imagine two companies offering similar products. One embraces technology, automating workflows, analyzing customer data, and connecting with clients through personalized digital experiences. The other resists, relying on outdated methods, manual spreadsheets, and limited outreach. Within a few years, the difference is not just noticeable, it is decisive. The first company scales effortlessly, the second struggles just to survive. In the modern landscape, technology is not a choice. It is the foundation upon which scaling is built. Yet no amount of technology can replace the human element. Your team is the living heartbeat of your business. Without a strong team that believes in your vision and feels ownership of the mission, scaling will crumble under its own weight. Hiring the right people is not enough. You must nurture them, inspire them, and give them the tools to thrive. Create an environment where innovation is rewarded, where ideas are welcomed, and where collaboration replaces competition. A team that feels empowered will not simply follow instructions. They will actively look for ways to push the business forward. They will think like owners, not employees, and that mindset is the most valuable resource you can cultivate. Consider mentorship as an investment, not a luxury. Teach your team, guide them, and give them opportunities to grow. When employees feel stagnant, they disengage. When they are challenged and supported, they flourish. Scaling is not just about growing revenue. It is about growing people. And when your people grow, your business grows alongside them. This is why culture is more than a buzzword. It is the invisible force that determines whether your company survives the pressures of expansion or collapses under them. Equally critical are partnerships. No business can scale in isolation. The most successful entrepreneurs understand the power of alliances. Scaling your business further requires a deeper dive into advanced strategies, because once the foundations are set, the challenges shift. At the beginning, the question is how to start growing. Later, the question becomes how to handle that growth without losing control. This is where discipline, foresight, and strategic leadership come into play. If you grow recklessly, expansion will overwhelm you. If you grow wisely, expansion will empower you. One of the most overlooked aspects of scaling is financial planning. Cash flow becomes both the fuel and the filter of growth. Without adequate financial structure, even profitable businesses collapse during expansion. You must learn to manage capital with precision, balancing reinvestment with sustainability. Growth often requires upfront costs, hiring, marketing, technology upgrades, but those costs must be aligned with projected returns. Otherwise, you risk running out of resources before reaching the next level. Smart scaling is not just about making money. It is about making money flow effectively, ensuring that every dollar contributes to long-term strength. Marketing also transforms during scaling. In the early days, word of mouth and small campaigns may be enough. But as you expand, marketing must become systematic, data-driven, and scalable itself. You need strategies that can grow with you, systems that reach wider audiences without diluting your brand. Storytelling becomes crucial, communicating not just what you sell but why you exist. The brands that scale successfully are those that create emotional connections with customers, turning transactions into relationships and customers into communities. As you scale, your story must scale with you, resonating not just locally but globally. Global expansion itself is a frontier many businesses eventually face. Entering new markets requires sensitivity, research, and adaptation. What works in one country may fail in another due to cultural, economic, or regulatory differences. Scaling globally is not about copying and pasting your model. It is about translating your value into different contexts while preserving its essence. Companies that respect local nuances while delivering universal value become international leaders. Those that ignore these differences struggle and fade. Scaling to a global level is not only possible, it is the ultimate test of adaptability and vision. Leadership evolves as well. The leadership style that works for a small startup does not work for a scaling enterprise. As your team grows, you must shift from being involved in every detail to empowering others to lead. Micromanagement becomes a bottleneck, while trust and delegation become accelerators. Leaders who cling to control slow down growth. Leaders who build other leaders multiply it. The true measure of leadership in scaling is not how much you can do alone, but how effectively you can create a system where others thrive without you. Your role shifts from operator to architect, from worker to visionary. Adaptability remains the silent key throughout the journey. Markets shift, competitors emerge, technologies evolve, and customer expectations change. Scaling is not a straight line. It is a series of curves and bends that require flexibility. The businesses that survive decades of change are not those that resist, but those that reinvent themselves while staying true to their core mission. Think of companies that have weathered recessions, technological revolutions, and cultural shifts. They endured because they adapted faster than their competitors. And at the very center of it all remains the customer. Scaling can tempt entrepreneurs to focus on numbers, revenue, employees, market share. But behind every number is a person. Forgetting that truth is the quickest way to collapse. Customers do not care about your growth. They care about the value you bring to their lives. If scaling dilutes that value, you will lose them. If scaling enhances that value, you will gain them in greater numbers than ever before. The customer is not just part of your business. They are the reason your business exists. In the end, scaling is not a destination, but a continuous process of building, learning, adapting, and leading. It demands vision and discipline, courage and humility, persistence and creativity. There will be setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt, but each obstacle is part of the journey, shaping your business into something stronger, sharper, and more resilient. Scaling is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who see beyond the present into the possibilities of the future. It is for those who understand that true growth is not about size alone, but about impact, legacy, and the difference you leave behind. If you embrace this journey with focus and resilience, the treasure chest will open, not just with wealth, but with fulfillment, influence, and a business that stands the test of time.